Bitcoin looks for steady ground right at 42 to 43K. But we have the spark that might begin World War III kicking off in the Middle East, and one of our top altcoins is about to consume the entire crypto space. We're going to talk about it, all this and more, on today's Blockchain Basement. We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're going to screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What do you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Over 2 years, he's made like 17K on Roblox. And he's
What?
Like 12.
You never listen to me. We must be married. Yeah, well, how much are you investing? $100.
400,000 to 600,000.
Do you
The
think it's
generational signals are now. Now.
You're spread so thin, that's how you get in on Snake. Snake's been my biggest winner.
What is up? Welcome one, welcome all. It's Monday. We're here in the blockchain basement, joined by the finest. We have Hannah Hughes over here on her couch, newly claimed location with the blanket and all. How was your weekend? How are you doing, Hannah?
Cozy.
You're cozy?
I'm cozy. Good weekend for sure. It was a journey,
Yeah.
but we're back.
Nice.
We're back and we're bullish.
We're back and bullish. I mean, we
That
didn't
sounds
die.
like somebody was hungover all weekend.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. You had a late night tweet.
Yeah.
You definitely had a late
okay,
night tweet.
that tweet was scheduled. I scheduled that on like Thursday or Friday, but I woke up on Sunday and I was like, damn straight.
It was lit up? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I went to a wedding on Saturday and yeah, I had a weekend.
And you're going on a trip soon.
I'm going to New York City.
There you go.
On Friday.
First time, right?
First time.
Yep. My first time in New York was right before COVID.
Damn.
Just before Gotham City. BJ, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Thanks for joining me
It was
here
good.
today. Yeah.
Whiff had a giant reversal, which was pretty sick. So
You were
I've been
talking
watching
about that.
And then I was talking to Drew about, is the narrative, so Whiff, when it hits $1 billion market cap, will be worth $1. And it will be the first meme coin to hit $1. Is that enough of a narrative to make retail idiots like myself FOMO in more?
I mean,
I think it's going to be kind of fun to watch.
first
to be
meme
honest.
coin to hit $1, that means something.
Doge never
I
did it.
could-
Everybody talked about Doge doing it. So
Yeah?
it's like, will that be enough to kind of catalyze a bunch of FOMO?
And it is
And
a
that's
dog.
happened
It's
fast.
a Doge with hat. You know, I mean, it might
I mean, it is a dog with hat.
dog with hat. Yeah.
It's
I call my dog a Doge.
They're
I saw Caney Corso out this weekend. I went to an escape room. I invited Aaron. Aaron had a busy weekend though. How you doing,
Bro,
man?
the wife keeps me busy, bro.
Yeah. You're getting that house together though.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
just like, we got dinner here with these people. We got lunch here with this family. We got dinner here with this family. We have to go to this party here.
Poor
All that
baby.
stuff. I act like it's a bad thing, but, I can't go to escape rooms with Drew, man.
so you learned what a honey-do list is?
Honeydew.
Honey-do this, honey-do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, when he asked me, I said, I got to talk to my boss.
It's
Yeah.
true. I mean, I ran it by my boss first. I mean,
Yeah.
really, you have a whiteboard. Do you have the magic whiteboard going yet?
No, I don't.
This
Okay, so the
sounds
magic
terrible.
whiteboard, for anyone that doesn't know, it's a good mechanism to keep the wife happy. What she can do is write down things that she wants to happen, and then they magically happen. On the whiteboard, keep it next to your laundry room or wherever you're leaving your house most commonly.
Or put it on the outside
You
so you can lock the door.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
man.
I had a good weekend. A lot of work
Nobody asked.
happening on. I'm
Okay.
I'm throwing it out there.
Okay.
Okay. The wife's sewing shop is getting pretty close, so I'm pretty excited about that. Found a great crew that did the drywall and all the kind of close to finishing touches. I think all I'll have to do is paint it and do some trim, just a few things. So really excited about
Nice.
that. We went to an escape room, completed it. Went out with TJ and Tim, and we pulled it off. Man, we didn't use all our clues. We had used 2 out of the 3 clues to get it done, but. Hope you all in the chat had a good weekend yourself. Crimson Caravan, Turd Trimester, Z Fighting Irish. I went to an Irish pub. I went to a really good Irish pub, Johnny McCracken's, down in
Dude.
Marietta.
We're apparently getting one in Dallas.
No way. A Johnny McCracken's?
Apparently so.
No.
Because Dallas is kind of dead downtown. And I
It
said,
is.
they need to allow alcohol.
Yeah.
Apparently they're working on it.
A Johnny McCracken's in
It'd be
Dallas.
lit, bro.
Dude, the Dallas
don't
market
even
guy.
drink.
I know, I rarely do. We were
Well,
talking
he
about
had
it
White
earlier.
Claw. He told me he got White Girl wasted.
I literally
this
had
weekend.
one white claw and was
Yeah.
buzzed.
Yeah.
I never drink.
It comes at you quick.
Never.
We live in a cool town though, because also our local market, it's like almost like an indoor
It
flea
closed.
market. Well, because there's
I told you.
potentially, yeah, I know the bunker.
Apparently the
Based.
owner was making a secret bunker
Very
underneath the marketplace.
Yes.
What?
And was
a-
trying to have other vendors
Mm-hmm.
get ready to go down there and stuff. Was building a secret bunker. They had a place closed off. It said expansion coming soon. I think that's where he was doing the construction
Yeah.
for it.
It's kind of
crazy.
mysterious. I wanted to go there this weekend. They're still closed. Closed
Yeah.
for months on end. they're making a bunker just in case things get nasty in the future. We got a couple things that happened over the weekend. Me and BJ, it was refreshing when I brought up the Houthis. And then BJ knew about the Red Sea, the squeeze going on there. That was potential. Seen a lot of warnings about what happened today or overnight come in advance. So we're going to be diving into really what's going on there and what you might want to keep in the back of your mind. I really, in essence, I have a larger idea about what to expect out of the markets and out of the mainstream media, because during the times of what it looks like are coming, there's going to be a lot of attempts by mainstream media to put you out of the game, to get you on the sidelines because so much danger and chaos is coming. You better save all your money, just like the pandemic, right?
And also slightly raise the gate on 4.
On 4? Oh, yeah. Owen, raise the gate on number 4. There we go.
And slightly on 2.
Yep. There we go. Live from the couch. He's got us. He's got this.
Has some keen senses.
Yeah, he's got some good senses.
Huh? No, he was coming through on 2.
Oh, I'm being extra loud.
We're still working on that part. We haven't gotten that far with the audio. We got
Well,
the
he's
set,
like in
the
a
lights,
pseudo
the
lane.
cameras.
He's in a borderline parabola back there, so
Yeah,
he's
it's
just
true.
going to project. We need some dampening in that corner.
It's true. It's true.
Get the foam on the wall.
Let's go into this. I want to talk about this Red Sea problem here. So the Yemen Houthis hit U.S.-owned dry bulk ship. No injuries are reported as of now. Houthi forces struck the U.S.-owned ship in the Gibraltar Eagle with an anti-ship ballistic missile. There's a lot going on with this. So basically, they are Iran-backed. This was in Yemen where the attack happened, but they're backed by Iranians.
Who is the manufacturer on that anti-ship ballistic missile?
Oh, my God.
Relevant. This isn't the ship that you said was owned by BlackRock, is it?
It is.
Oh.
It is indeed.
What
So,
don't they own?
here's where we got it. So,
Interesting.
this is the ship.
Whoa.
After the attack, I mean, this is pretty fresh information. So, still, obviously, reports are coming out, more details about it.
Who attacked who?
So, this is a Houthi hit on a U.S.-owned cargo ship. And really what I'm looking at here, the Eagle Bulk Company, the owners of the vessel, looked into them a little bit, just kind of curious. I have some things in mind here from the past that ring similar to this. And we have BlackRock, funded risers, as a near 6% owner of this organization right now. Now, really, the reason why I bring this up is because we have had some of the most cataclysmic wars in American history, honestly, in world history, kick off over the 1900 area, obviously with World War II and then Vietnam, from some very, very sketchy occurrences that still raise many questions. The first that I bring up to mind is the Gulf of Tonkin. So this is the U.S. Naval Institute website talking about the truth about Tonkin. Questions about the Gulf of Tonkin incidents have persisted for more than 40 years, but once classified documents and tapes released in the past several years combined with previously uncovered facts make it clear that high government officials distorted facts and deceived the American public about the events that led to a full U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. And those were that we were being fired upon in 1964, our Navy, and that they were having to do maneuvers to avoid the fire. Those are the reports. Those are the misgivings and distorted facts that that website just highlighted there. And then, as you know from there, the Vietnam War cost enough money to basically put us to an absolute breaking point, and then we pull off the gold standard and create this nightmare economic system that we have today.
Wait, are you alluding to that they create issues to
Yes.
print money? And are you alluding to them doing this now?
Yes, I am indeed. I am indeed. The
Oh.
potential is there.
So that's how it ties into
Yes.
crypto.
That is how it ties into
does. It's relevant.
crypto. And then, a little bit further back, the sinking of Lusitania. This is the kickoff for World War II. There are heavy involvements with J.P. Morgan and many outstanding loans that it had to France and Europe at large from World War I that spilled into the problem of what happened to the Lusitania and all of the trade incentive that these nations have to basically keep these trade lines open. Once we see the Lusitania get involved and get sunk, that is when America, up until the Lusitania, America largely wanted to stay out of World War II. And then that occurrence happened. JP Morgan's monetary interest stepped into play, and yada, yada, yada. Another Bretton Woods moment is on the horizon. I feel like this is just history rhyming and a little bit more spread out. I don't know if, really people pay close enough attention to history to get that context of where this whole situation that we're seeing right now on the media actually might end up going. And I do warn against these types of scenarios. You know what I mean? There's a lot of reasons that people are watching, like the guy we're talking about, the Dallas market guy. Maybe he's building a bunker because he sees major problems coming up.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are lining up. If we go back to just last cycle where you had basically economic downfall, you had basically mass formation issues with people believing in certain things and then basically giving up their freedoms for control.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have BlackRock coming in that, I mean, I've already said this, Bitcoin to me is dead. Will it make you money? Yes. But
BJ.
I mean, it's a valid statement. If the reason you were originally in Bitcoin was for decentralization to get away from traditional finance, BlackRock were doing the ETF basically just removed all of that. The ethos of crypto in Bitcoin is no longer. Will you still make money? Yes. Should you probably buy it? Yes. If you care about actual decentralization, you need to start looking at DeFi and you need to start looking at other chains.
Yeah.
Along with that, how I was saying, I felt like Coinbase was potentially going to be FTX 2.0, and then that it would use basically Ethereum to blacklist everybody, and then Ethereum would fall. Well, now we're seeing everybody who's starting to use USDC, and USDC can 100% be blacklisted. So where we're worried about a CDBC that people could connect to a social credit score and everything else, well, that is USDC.
Mm-hmm.
So do keep that in mind with a lot of the stable coins, especially when people are going to maybe be moving back and forth on those. But we are entering basically economic turmoil, dealing with basically logistic nightmares that are about to happen.
Yeah.
Basically Penny 2.0, which is more than likely about to happen. So we're basically seeing, we talk about crypto being on a 4-year cycle that's predictable. Well, we're starting to see that again. And there's always a new pathogen, if you will, that shows up every election cycle. So we're cranking up all the things to move around and change monetary policies.
Why do you think most people are in crypto?
To make money.
Yeah,
I don't think they
exactly.
care
Most
about
come
the
from
ethos.
money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say we should make a poll, and most people are going to say make money.
they are.
Absolutely.
But also, most people aren't forward thinking. I'm going to weirdly kind of go on a tributary statement here that the education system is about teaching you what to think, not how to think.
Mm-hmm.
So a similar thing here, people are thinking about, oh, well, I can make money. And it's like, all right, well, if you get into a system that they control, you think you made money, then they rug the system on you. You just fell for the trap.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to look at how these markets are moving around and changing.
Absolutely. And, there's reasons, the reason why I watch the losses within JP Morgan, BlackRock, and what they're invested into to not only give me a good bellwether that Bitcoin, at the very least for its, aggressiveness against like the rate of inflation, they're trying to outpace inflation as well. Obviously, they oversee trillions of dollars, but you see problems like this with JP Morgan, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup lose $24 billion as a number of troubled loans begin to erupt. And this is all from Bloomberg analysts saying non-performing loans or loans to debtors haven't made a payment in over 90 days, rose to a combined $24 billion in the last quarter of 2023.
And all the loans that are maturing, too.
Yes, absolutely. It's all coming to a pinch point here, and the FT reports that the banks are taking several cost-cutting measures to deal with the new business climate. Citigroup is reportedly taking a hit to deal with layoffs or related expenses, whilst Wells Fargo has already set aside $1 billion for severance packages. Oof. Desmond Lackman, former deputy director at the IMF and review department, said regional banks are also in a precarious position with about 18% of their loan portfolios in troubled commercial real estate. Damn, we're good.
Well,
I'm awake.
I was going to wait for this, and I did put this in there. So I know I've mentioned a lot with commercial real estate, how once the cap rate and where interest rates are, it's no longer behooving to actually put your money into commercial real estate.
Right.
You are seeing all these places that are downsizing. Well, what's really interesting is there is a bill that passed in December.
Yeah, the workforce housing tax credit.
Yeah.
Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
You have all these buildings that nobody's working in.
Mm-hmm.
they're not worth anything.
Right.
And now you pass a bill basically creating what happened in the mid 1800s to about now.
Mm-hmm.
They basically had, we'll call them work homestead ecosystems, if you will.
Yeah.
So if you worked for a certain company, they also owned all the housing around it. This starts to sound like slavery.
It's mining
really fast.
towns.
Yeah.
You're describing mining towns very
but
closely.
they basically your employer owns the house you live in,
Mm-hmm.
and you create little mining towns. Well, if you have all these buildings, if you start looking at Google, Apple, and all these other large companies, they're now getting tax incentives to buy these properties, then turn them into residences, and then basically take their employees
Mm-hmm.
who now can't afford rent and give them places to live.
Yes.
So you're looking at, it almost seems like they set all of this up where it's just like you screw interest rates, you screw the value of commercial real estate, and then you make it so now we can buy it for cheap, and now we can fill it because you have nowhere to live, and now you work for us. So it's almost like this indentured servitude system is coming back.
Yes, absolutely. And you know,
It's
one thing,
insane.
I didn't even mean to do this, but I had this tag to show just to, this is a shout, like a throwback to my childhood. I grew up in Colorado, and it was a big ski town, a lot of attraction from skiing. Breckenridge Day Pass in 2007 was $57. Today it's $245 plus fees. Comes out to about $300 for one day on the slopes in Breckenridge. But what happened in Breckenridge and Aspen and all these places that got very expensive to live in, but they still needed a workforce, they actually started doing this where they would have the workers living on site. And, obviously it's the mountains and they're isolated by snow often. So it made sense, but they couldn't afford a house in the same town. So
C90 asking if we're paying attention to BTFP.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
We brought this up a lot.
We were the first to that. And honestly, I don't see any other crypto people, or not even many macro people, talking about that coming to an end, and how the ending of that program, C90, BTFP, Bank Term Funding Program, it's a Band-Aid over a bullet wound for these mid-sized and regional banks in the losses that I just described in that article about JP Morgan and Wells Fargo. That comes to an end in
I love the way
March.
you say Fargo.
Yeah, I know. I am so Fargoan, you know what I mean? That coincides, the planned ending of the BTFP coincides with their rate cuts and essentially the reintroduction of a soft-bellied Fed that's going to be forced into quantitative easing over the course of 2024. So you're going to have all of these scary little headlines coming out, a lot of economic turmoil warnings and war warnings and all of these reasons to batten down the hatches and not be, exposed to risk assets. This feels very similar to it's like a collapse upwards that I felt like I experienced during COVID. It was like prices went sky high. The investments I made went sky high, but the regular person's buying power just absolutely dwindled into like nothing. So we got worked in Aspen and on Mountain and the entire Marine Corps, and the shit was crazy cheap. Okay. Yeah. I wonder when he was out there. Because when I was there, I saw the transformation. I grew up in Colorado, and I used to snowboard like every weekend. Then it became insanely expensive. So, and also knew a bunch of people that basically they just can't afford to eat if they live in the town that they work. So you end up seeing those types of situations come. BJ, we're talking about this commercial real estate problem. There's more and more people homeless. Do you think that we're going to see large empty commercial spaces begin to be repurposed at mass?
Absolutely.
You
That's
think so?
basically what I was just talking about. Like, that's absolutely what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And
It
what
makes
else are you going
sense.
to do with it? Somebody still owns the building. Somebody's
Right.
still going to buy it. Still,
For
you want profit.
Mm-hmm. Just
And
set
what
up the
better way to
federal
profit?
incentives.
Well, that's the other advantage. So not only have you crashed the price, but then you get tax write-offs to do it.
Yes.
And then you basically take desperate people who are going to fall for desperate deeds and agree to this.
Oh my God.
Have y'all seen what they want to do, like abandoned malls and stuff?
Yeah.
Essentially make it towards like apartments in the mall.
Yes.
There's gym in the mall. There's places to eat. Like, so you never have to leave.
That's so creepy.
That's some Wally
Yeah. I mean, there's
crap right there.
some pros to this,
I mean,
but
it'd be
it's
nice, but
like there's the idea of like a utopian layout there, but from their track record, that's not what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, they might just be getting you in one spot to weld the doors closed.
Yeah, like the idea of a 15-minute city is almost like how townships used to be around with the agora. Is that what it was called in like Greek times? And like everybody hung out.
Yeah.
And, like, you had more of a, a small community, but like that's either going to happen or it's not.
Right.
And it's just like, that's where my fear is. Like,
This was what I was like battling with in college was they were hinting at a one world government and one world currency and like things are changing, new world order. I just saw these terms when I was finishing my last like 2 years of
sound like you listen to a lot of Anti-Flag.
But I literally like saw these terms from school. That's what like led I was working here and taking classes and it like led me down the rabbit hole. But the school system, like the school that I went to, and I'm sure every other like university system, they were trying to frame it like it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Like the way that you're saying, like that would be kind of cool. Like I was like, here is like fear, like this is bad, and then I go to school and they're talking about it like it solves problems.
I mean, central control's never been.
And then everyone's
thing.
gonna end up in like those floating wheelchair things, like in Wall-E with the screen in front of their faces.
Just like they never got.
You mean documentary?
Nobody asked the questions that we asked here. So like the kids that I was in school with probably are like, oh yeah, that would be cool. Like that would solve problems.
But you're in
like,
the midst, when you were in school, I feel like I can account it as like they were really trying to normalize those buzzwords, New World Order. You know what I mean? You had George W. Bush come out, say it pretty openly. Then Klaus.
Neoliberal agenda.
Yeah, the new liberal agenda. So they've been trying to kind of just talk it into existence, especially in your time frame where you came up through the school systems. Pretty impressed you didn't get psyoped by it. Very nice work. So now we have a little bit, before we get heavy crypto, I got some great things to talk about.
We've been heavy crypto. This all
stay.
correlates to crypto.
It does. But we also highlighted Germany and what's going on over there. We have home prices falling by 10% during the third quarter, largest decline ever recorded in the country. So Germany and the economy there within, the trucker lockdown, which is gaining steam, is getting pretty feisty. Here's a visual of what it feels like to make your first mortgage payment into a gargantuan loan. This is the battle of why as well I fight in crypto, because fighting that fight without something like crypto in the background, making the big moves along with me, it's tough.
I hate that time of the month, man.
When you are making your first mortgage payment. Just
botch?
What's that?
I'm trying to read the Russian, but I can't like quite see what the characters are. It starts with a D. It's a watermark that drops.
Yeah. Inspivital.
No, not up there.
No. Well, I don't know.
That watermark. So it's DBA and then so the botch, I guess.
I mean, it feels like a hopeless situation is what it feels like. That's why I'm in crypto, you guys. Like I have all very specific plans for my kids and the real estate that I'm looking to acquire, my different sell points, and essentially I can pull off everything I need with about 700. So, as I'm sitting right now, I do think that I'm pretty close, if not already positioned to get there. But things could heat up even better than I expect. So I'm watching this. I've been talking about RWAs for months now, well before it was kind of exciting. Now we have articles talking about it, Bitcoin, RWAs, and institutional adoption being rumored to be among the key themes for 2024.
Do you think they would go to art first?
Art?
Why I asked that is there's a website where you can buy fractional shares and famous art pieces.
I mean, that exists, and that was one of the first moves that it did make.
But it feels like that's where something like that would stick very well.
It is, but then also you have things like treasuries that are tokenized, or real estate, car deeds, things of that nature. I mean, the availability for what you can, make into a tokenized asset is pretty wide open. But the thing about it is they have to be willing to do so, We have hit this posted from Chainlink itself. This was, I believe, over the weekend.
We've called him Larry Stink before. Right?
Larry Stink.
It's low-hanging fruit, but
wait,
Larry Stink.
What time did they post this?
Over the weekend. Here. Actually, this was 2 days ago at 2 p.m. So this is the ETFs are just a step one in a technological revolution in the financial markets. Step two, going to be the tokenization of every asset. Let's listen to this. This is Larry Fink talking, I believe, on Squawk Box. He just did like a circuit of conversations once the ETFs were approved. So let's have a listen. I'm hopping in raw. Let's go.
clear. I think ETFs are step one in the technological revolution in the financial markets. Step two is going to be the tokenization of every financial asset. And to me, this is where we believe it's going. So we're looking at Bitcoin, we're looking at ETFs in the same manner. These are technological changes that can allow us to move forward.
Interesting.
This is where it cut off, where it goes, move forward with the totalitarian dictatorship.
Yeah, move forward until we control everything.
What?
You know, the reason why I understand why crypto Twitter went nuts in this relating Chainlink to this. This is a good explanation. It was from Chainlink God talking about BlackRock not going to launch a tokenization platform on a public permissionless blockchain. What we're far more likely to see is what other banks are already doing today, launching their own private permission blockchain to issue tokenized assets upon. But what about the liquidity fragmentation? This is the exact problem that Swift, Chainlink, and 12 other of the largest financial institutions on the planet collaborated with, solving over the last few months. Now, the main one of the large financial institutions is the Australian Central Bank. New Zealand Central Bank is in there as well, but it's basically a pilot program to be able to roll out to allied nations.
But this just feels like, with having an immutable ledger and everything else, it allows for you not to be able to make basically artificial assets and do rehypothecation, which is what TradFi does. And like the way I just read that, it's like, all right, here's the system, how it works. You guys like it, but we want to make a closed chain so we can do the same bullshit we've been doing.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
So it's just like they're pushing a veil of crypto ethos, but being like, but it's not actually crypto, and it's our own blockchain, and
that's the value in Chainlink,
because
Chainlink wants to show that proof of reserve.
that's what I'm
proof of
saying.
backing,
It looks like they're trying to break it to make it work for them.
Well, I think that I don't think that they necessarily want to break it to make it work for them. I don't think that's fully doable. But what we can do here is find, Chainlink. I don't think it's going to be like the blockchain. It'll just be a data aggregator, just a piece that's playing into the system that banks are going to design, mirroring as closely as they can to what we're doing. Just automatic, electronic money transfer, value transfer. That's the name of the game.
So it'll almost be like the interoperability between a closed system and an open system.
Right. And that's how I view these things. I could come out here and say Chainlink's going to kill XRP and everything's going to die except for Chainlink because of this. But I'd be wrong, because what we are really looking at is a private sector innovating, and the public sector is innovating. The private sector is going to imitate and regulate. So, the best thing that I think a crypto project can do is to be a communicator between the two systems and show its value in that regard. It's not going to take away the power from these gargantuan banking institutions. Look at what I just talked about. Over the course of the last century, some of the largest wars this planet has ever seen have been done with heavy monetary interest in the background. So, keep that in mind when we're thinking that banks are just going to be dethroned, taken out by XRP, whatever project it is that you think is just better than the system. It may very well be, and probably is, but there's a reason why those power structures retain control. You know what I mean?
I'm bullish on Chainlink.
I am bullish on Chainlink. And then you went into some Chainlink this weekend.
I saw that video. I saw that link.
Yeah.
The Twitter post. And then someone on Friday, Eron, was showing me some stuff about Chainlink and made me really bullish. So I put some money into Chainlink, and then I sold some other projects that I had a little money in. I was in the profit, so I put it all into Chainlink. I'm very bullish on it. I had another thought, and I just forgot it'll come back to me, though.
Well, I'm happy that everyone's bullish on Chainlink. Because
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm like, what the heck, BJ?
Well, that was one of my first token videos. Was why I'm a Chainlink maxi.
Oh, LinkedIn. Eron was showing me after the ETF approval.
LinkedIn.
That's the connection.
No. He was saying after the ETF was approved, banks are hiring blockchain. Crypto experts out the wazoo now.
Bro, they're paying like $500K.
$200K to $500K depending on where you live.
Yeah.
Okay,
it is
that's
crazy.
major bullish.
That is so bullish.
Okay, actually, I was about to say they started teaching about blockchain at my school too. The last 2 years, they started. This isn't blockchain, but they added a fintech minor.
Did they? Okay.
I was about to add that to my degree. But,
I love it.
But they're actively like moving in that direction. Each blockchain.
It's the right direction.
I mean,
that's the right direction.
it's happening.
We need that, man. We need
Bullish.
that conversation going. Chainlink.
It sparks joy for me, man.
I think it's going to
honestly.
hit $200 or $300 billion market cap. I think that Chainlink's going to hit.
Oh, 200 or 300
$100 billion.
Okay. So I didn't hear that 100 part afterwards.
Yeah, dude. Like, I feel like Chainlink's definitely going to be within the top 10. You know, beyond, like, my average entry is $4 something.
That's good.
It's hard to buy it right now, but I can understand why you did. You know?
I had some projects that it just wasn't sparking joy anymore. I was already in the profit. I was just like, you know what? I want to kind of like, I feel like I was just invested in a lot of different projects and it's hard to keep up with all of them. So I was like, I'm just going to shrink it down to a couple. Just stay with that.
Yep.
You already know ADA is number one.
ADA is number
Good
one.
boy.
For you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. God, it's like ADA is so liberty based and like excellent. I feel like it's just fucked. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just the pessimist in me from seeing this, you know, control roll out stronger. But
you know what rhymes with pump? Hunt. Okay, it doesn't at all.
That
but-
does not. I was gonna say dump.
Hunt's been ripping that.
Yeah, I was gonna say dump.
Look, if you don't think about it, it makes sense.
It's true.
Yeah.
If you just kind of
Just
smooth it over.
don't even think about it.
Hudson's in the
Totally
corner,
works.
capturing all our moments.
Yeah, what is this fucking?
What's up?
I don't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Hudson, everyone.
All right. What's the one thing you do every day to be successful in crypto? Used to watch TJ on the basement. Now I watch nothing and do my own research. What a bitch!
Ah!
What a bitch.
Let me
Do
see
your
that
own
portfolio.
What in the world?
That's probably doing good.
What was it that TJ was super maxi on with Apex? And then we looked
Apex
at the chart.
is crushing.
Bro,
Yeah, exactly.
it's been
It's like-
ripping.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I'm sorry. Do you want to tell us? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't listen to him. It's like, isn't it up 2,000%?
pretty much we all have had insane picks. Hannah with her pudgy picks when they're like $50 or something like that.
Yo, I looked today.
There were 50.
Yeah, they
They're
were cheap.
0.18 ETH.
0.18 ETH. Are you kidding me?
You still don't own one?
Oh my god.
Why don't you get one of these
Hey,
simps to
are
buy
we
it
going
for
to
you?
be sponsored by Van Eck? Are we
Oh
sponsored
my
by?
god! And me and the Van Eck intern might have a little something going on.
Little something going on?
Oh, shit.
What?
No, I'm playing.
You'd
But
look
they-
at
but
his trad
They
fire.
sent me merch though.
I know.
I'm getting Van Eck merch.
She's gonna be wearing a Van Eck shirt.
Y'all got to
yeah.
get into Pyth. Link is great, but Pyth is coming up.
I've
Pyth
been
is
watching
on
Pyth.
Salon.
Coddle.
It's like Solana's Oracle.
I remember we
option.
did a video on it. I made a thumbnail for it, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. You know, again, there's other things I'll highlight here. Just this again from Chainlink. It's doing more explanation. The RWA sector is going to take a lot of explanations as it arises. Tokenized real world assets require collateral transparency. They teamed up with BackedFi and proof of reserve setup to help prove that its tokenized treasuries, ETFs, and other RWAs are fully backed. So, you know,
Love
just,
the idea of that.
yeah, it's a good idea. It's
Hey, we got
I
a
like
donation.
this, you know, because
It shouldn't even be an
Hey.
idea. It should just be the way.
this should be the
Aw.
standard, you know.
$0 Giro said he learned a lot from watching
Hey.
the show daily. Thank
What?
you.
Thanks, $0.
Thank
See,
you.
what did you know? Yeah, man. You know, I remember it was just like TJ. I remember he got so busy. I just hopped in the seat, and started hosting. It was a crazy
Dude, now
day.
you're on the banner on YouTube.
Yeah,
I know.
literally.
Check out the banner.
It's
Who's
know.
on it?
official.
It's been a thing, you know. It's been fun.
So good.
It's a fun growth, you
Until
know.
I take over.
Until you take over. That's right. That is
The
true.
chaos will be
I'm
there.
always watching my back for you. You know. You're-
Oh boy.
the thumb
You look
fin
good on the
attack.
banner though, man. You look good.
I had fun taking those photos. You
Yeah,
know,
we
I
had a
felt
great
very-
time.
You know, I was like blue steel,
Ooh.
excited. Whoa,
Yeah.
you know what I
Wow.
mean? DZ was screaming at me the
Yeah.
whole time.
It was a good time.
Very conducive.
Had a little photo shoot on Friday.
Yeah. So we have just to highlight. We have some deadlines set up for the Ethereum spot ETF decision. The first deadline for response from the SEC is May of 2024 this year. So this will obviously continue the ETF excitedness. Now, what we saw in the Bitcoin ETF is a heavy sell-off once we saw it. And now, you know, me and TJ were talking about it this weekend. We see massive inflows and outflows out of the ETFs over just a few days' time. We see some of the massive whales, some of the strongest whales on the planet are now into crypto. And we have to take that into account when we're going to be watching these charts. They're going to be making you feel queasy at times over the next few months. Bob from account. What is this show has kept me from losing hope? Hey, shut up, Bob. What a guy. I like that. That's what I'm here for, man. We can't give up on the idea of liberty. We can't just
Love
let
to
the
hear
powers
it.
that be take it. American Pool guy, I saw your super chat at the end of last show, but it was after we ended. I know exchange tokens can be dicey. However, curious as to yours and your chat's thoughts on Crow, as they have great marketing and ads. I mean,
And it ripped last
it
cycle. Should we look at it? What,
yes, let's
What
look
did
at
it go to?
It was a strong performer.
I
Is it
feel like
Nick that liked Crow?
well, it was definitely face, but people faded Crow last cycle.
Big time. Look at this chart. Doldrums of the bear market went down to 4 cents and pumped up to 15, then back down to 6, 15, 20 again, pumped back down. And then you got the real explosiveness of the retail and just general FOMO. And it hit 89 cents, nearly 90 cents a token, sitting at 8 cents currently. If, Crow is a strong, easy 10x in my opinion.
Yep.
That's what I would say. Now,
I'm not a fan of their app.
it's not the
but
greatest.
It's
not the greatest.
It has so many issues.
But they have
For
the
me.
branding. They have the branding. They've been, and the crypto.com, how
Yep.
perfect of a website to have for that gigantic rush of retail to just kind of fall in your lap. You know what I mean? People, when they're just getting into it, I mean, unless they're working, and looking through all the different information, they're usually going to take a while to come find us here on the basement. So by then they'd probably seen Crow. I actually have some Crow now that I think about it, a very small amount left over from that last bull market. This might be my reminder to get back in on that at these lows. As far as trading and everything like that, on Bitcoin, I don't really feel like I have to dive into it too much. We tried to punch below 41 a few times and failed. I feel like Bitcoin's at a spot of support right now. So on my talk, we were asking, everyone in the chat asked me on Friday if I thought we would hit 50K or 40K first. Said 40K because I felt the heavy downward pressure. Now we'll take a look at it. I don't
They
think.
got a little pump, but now it's coming back down.
Yeah.
42.
But it's
Yeah, it went
basically
up to
not
42,
giving up
almost
this
43.
41.5 spot. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. Feel like we have a little bit of short-term support here.
I'm not shocked it went back down though.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Yeah, I mean, it's trying to break. It really has to break below 41.2, and it absolutely has not done so. It actually has continued with higher lows in a pretty good regard. We have this low at 41,000 flat, and then this low here at 41,007. So it's all missions a go. Looking actually like a pretty healthy chart on Bitcoin. I'm not too worried about this one. On Chainlink, I am watching this one. Been trading the chop, riding the lightning, and essentially my floor. Really great entries for me. I trade on Blofin, and I'm going to be looking to take longs if we get anywhere around the $12.80 mark, $12.90 mark. I'd be comfortable with that. Link is trapped in its new home. Progressively higher highs. It's not like it's a bad chart or worrying me or anything. You combine this with all the narratives that are kind of taken across the interwebs about RWAs.
Oh,
Is that Owen? Where's he going? Is he going to poop?
I hope so.
Okay.
they did
I
just
hope
go in
so,
the
too.
baturn.
He's going to the bathroom.
Oh.
We had to
Should we
block
turn
off
on
the bathroom.
The PC?
Turn on the PC.
The poo cam.
Oh, I mean, we
What?
can't integrate it into
Hey, it
the
looks like we
show.
got a question from
Can't
DJ.
or shan't?
Shan't. Can you elaborate on why Bitcoin is dead? If I never sell, how can it be compromised? That's a big statement, and it's a
Yeah.
fair
Oh, me?
question. Yeah. Bitcoin is dead.
Yeah, you said it was dead, bro.
So I guess I should specify
Yeah.
the ethos that was Bitcoin, in my opinion, is dead as a cypherpunk actual decentralized thing.
Freedom as fuck.
Yeah, freedom as fuck. It now being controlled by very few pools, mainly F2 pool and some other ones, and the fact that BlackRock now is a majority owner of a majority of the mining companies.
Yeah.
To me, that means it is dead as what it used to be. Now, do you have? It's almost like Jean Grey becoming the Phoenix. Well, she was evil there for a while. Still powerful,
Yeah,
but
that was good.
crazy.
That was good.
But so to me, as a decentralization ethos, Bitcoin is dead. As something that will make money, more than likely it's not. We'll see a lot of money that goes into it, but will these basically institutions be able to manipulate it in a way to just be able to wash you out and things like that. But I mean, it's still something you should buy. I personally move into more decentralized projects. It's just how I am.
Yeah.
Just because I personally now do not trust Bitcoin as a network at all. Same thing. I don't trust Ethereum. Now I'm massively in the minority there. Do keep that in mind. Take this with a grain of salt. I have my confirmational biases, but that's where I'm coming from with something like that.
Yeah.
Do I mean it's dead as in the network crash? No.
Right.
But could it?
But the monetary things that could drive it have changed.
Absolutely.
That's what we've seen is that the monetary system that's backing this is much different. 4 out of the 5 the largest miners, majority holder, BlackRock.
Yeah, that's not, if literally it was about decentralization, it's not.
Yeah. And the mining pool problem. I mean, there's issues. That's why we look at different projects that are trying to create something a little bit more robust. It's obviously a difficult, big pair of shoes to fill. Bitcoin really captured the market's attention over the past 10 years. Something else that grabbed attention was a $15 billion XRP hacking attempt this weekend.
What? Whoa.
A little sketchy for a very brief time. An X post by Whale Alert claimed that as much as 25.6 billion XRP tokens were on the move from an unknown wallet to Bitfinex and a crypto exchange. Around the same time, Paolo Ardoino, how the hell do you say that? Ardoino, the CTO of Bitfinex and CEO of Tether, took to X to explain that the transaction worth approximately $15 billion was in fact an attempted partial payments exploit attack against the exchange. So
I like how DZ was like, if they just did this, like 10% of that at a time, would anyone have noticed?
Wait, scroll up. What's the picture they chose? Shall not pass. I love how Twitter, I'm not calling it X, I love how Twitter is always like the first place to go for like news and stuff.
It really is. It's the place where the news agencies have to go. But yeah, this was just an attempted hack to try to make a fraudulent transaction to the exchange. Did not work, and it's just a little bit of a FUD piece against XRP. XRP actually didn't have too bad. I mean, Tim the TA man Taylor brought it up. XRP doesn't lose much. It doesn't gain much, and it also doesn't lose much. So when the rest of the market was pretty bloody over the
I mean,
weekend.
if I don't trust USDC as a stable coin, there's always XRP.
So true. So
I mean
true.
that as a joke, kind of.
It's like a silver dollar. It's like the crypto silver dollar. But yeah, and again, I do hold some XRP, but
hold on. How much silver do you got on you?
None on me.
Am I winning?
Yes, you always win this.
I
don't
got
carry silver.
Yeah, I got 3 ounces. You never know when you need 3 ounces of silver, bro.
God. He's ready to just barter on the side
We
of
have
the road.
almost 300 people watching right now.
What?
Smash the like button, guys.
Love it. And share the stream out. Appreciate you guys.
Love it.
If
Being
you don't
here.
smash it, I'll cry at night, and I'm an ugly crier. And like some of you might be into that.
Why do you
All
have
right.
silver in your pocket?
So here's the
though?
juice stuff. Here are the
When you want
new
cookies,
projects.
I'm buying it, and you're not.
We're getting to the juice now, the new
juice?
crypto stuff. I'm
Okay.
going into ether.fi. I'm going to be pulling some Ethereum and staking it on this. And I do believe I'll be doing it through the Arbitrum Pendle pairing. But essentially, you go to this is the website.
But you don't actually stake ETH?
No, you got to get. You can either do Wrapped ETH, you can do Rocket Pool ETH. You can do a few different pairs. So it's actually pretty optional. But this is a
I'm just saying
new
that's
staking
cute
platform.
that they're staking. You can't stake ETH on their.
You have to wrap it. You have to wrap it.
So it's not liquid.
Oh, God.
It's proof of stake. It's not.
We got another question in the chat for you guys.
DeFi is going to make a big move monetarily. So I
It
know
better.
that it's going to. I think we got a question from American Pool Guy.
Yeah.
Last one. Which altcoins are you encouraging curious brand new crypto investing family and friends to get into now, even when the pumps have been so strong so far? I mean, that's kind of like, obviously don't send them into EtherFi immediately. Let's take a look. Because I still do feel very good about AVAX.
I definitely would have them download Coinbase.
Link.
Coinbase.
Coinbase, yeah.
Link, that's a
where they
gimme.
should buy is Coinbase. It's
Render.
so easy.
Actually, you know what? I would be saying Link.
But don't keep it on Coinbase.
I was out on a date yesterday. I actually had 2 crypto conversations with people while I was out on a date with Tia. First group of people.
Celestia?
Yeah, I'm on a date with Celestial.
Okay.
So we were at dinner, Johnny McCracken's, having a delicious hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of normies were behind us, and they're like talking about XRP is going to take over the banking system, right? And I was like, bro, like, okay, I understand what you're going here, but okay, just calm down. But then another guy I ran into later in the night, he's talking about just the financial difficulties of, working the level role he has and how much money he has to actually spend on food, and he was very thin, and he's like, I want more food, he's pissed. And I was like, do you invest in anything? He's like, I've been looking at stocks or something like that. And I told him I would be looking at Chainlink. And, so if someone's new, they're coming into it, they want to see good movement, I would say Chainlink first and foremost. Obviously, I love ICP, right up there.
I feel like C90's got a pretty good little list.
Yeah,
there.
I like C90's list.
And then
I like
you mentioned
C90s.
Render, yeah.
even though they're newer people, like maybe like 90% into what C90's saying, and then that 10% research for a little while, and then find some of the things outside the top 50.
Loki,
Like just a little bit of like moonbag style stuff.
I like that.
I like all the ADA, Link, Matic, Render, AVAX, Solana.
Those are perfect picks right there.
I like all of them.
Because you want to get them in on something that actually does well and has a better upside than Bitcoin. I mean, it's no lie.
You wouldn't say Bitcoin or Ethereum,
Not
Well, the upside is
necessarily.
what, 4x on average on both of them?
but like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I would want
Use Bitcoin, Ethereum instead of a savings account.
an aggressive savings account, right?
Yeah.
A little. I like it. I've always explained
I have-
Bitcoin as a psychotic savings account.
I would say it's a safe bet to at least make some money, but I start off with that. I'll say like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, but with Bitcoin, Ethereum, like you're not gonna see like crazy 100x gains or whatever, but you're gonna see some money.
Right.
Owen's back.
I mean, you're going to see gains pretty
Owen.
much with everything.
He's all
Yeah.
proper over there. Did you cut your thumb? Okay, he cut his thumb.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I would be talking to new people in crypto about, because you want the upside. Owen had a good experience with Avalanche.
Ayo.
You want to start them off on that real good pick, and then use that 10% to be able to go after more speculative projects. I really like that mindset too, because then it just Jesus, it keeps them learning. BJ literally almost just threw the controller
That was
at
crazy.
the camera.
Show
I
us about
held
to
the
be canceled.
controller. It was the stand
Yeah.
that moved.
I
tried to grip it,
when
but-
they barely have money, they put what little they have in crypto. As soon as it's going down for 2 weeks, they will feel like they lost and lose a little bit of hope. You tell them to set it and forget it till 2025. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Hold on for a bit.
Yeah, you have to get them into those because being able to hold crypto into the times where it really gets amazing is one of the most like chaotic, insane things to do emotionally. But if you can wash out all the noise and all the FUD that's to come about this World War III situation and literally just focus on where the world's moving, it's moving to a digital infrastructure. With that, the transfer of value is within that. It's reasonably within that process to be a big part of it. Also, we talk about digital communication. We've already gotten over that. Realize that there's constraints built within that. So that's where things, blockchain-based internet systems like ICP, that gives me hope. Because then, it's immutable. This is all just, higher level crypto, but you got to get them started on projects that are, more reasonable, like layer ones or chain links, stronger projects, so they don't enter that realm where a meme coin goes down to zero.
I also tell them to do their own research, because I've had many times my friends, I recommend project to them, and then the price goes down, and who do they blame? Me.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think the second most important thing is having not necessarily cold storage, but learning how to get things off exchanges. Like that's a super important lesson.
Absolutely. And, I was kind of just with my mom when she wanted to send some Bitcoin to cold storage, and she felt so empowered after it happened. And she
That
realized
feels dope.
that's mine. Like, that's not the bank's. There's no lobby where I can get kicked out of. So, that's important to pay attention to. What else do we got here? Check this out. Oh, and we might have to get one of these. Toyota's $10,000 truck. No screens, no radio, doesn't even have a tachometer. Toyota
Tachometer?
is a tachometer. I call it a tachometer. Is that wrong?
A tachometer? It
Listen.
tells you your revolutions per minute,
Oh my God.
which is kind of irrelevant if you're not driving stick. I drive stick and I don't even look at my fucking tack.
I called it to tack meter, but you know, I'm a hillbilly.
It's cute. Call it whatever you want. This seems sick.
Toyota IMV0 is like other modern cars. It doesn't have many switches on the interior, but in this case, it's because there's almost nothing to turn on
Dude,
and
what
off.
would make it super sweet is if it's just a distributor.
Yeah,
So it's like basically EMP proof.
right. The old school design. The reason why I like this so damn much is because I am a strong believer that the more things you add on, the more things go wrong. And, you know, all man-made systems deteriorate over time and with use. I think that this, let's do some, I want to find where,
Dude, it looks
are we liquidating everything that we own
There's
right
no
now?
way that truck is
Command
10K.
C. Let's see if I can find this thing.
I mean, I'm a Beamer slut, but I love some Toyota.
Oh, a Beamer is
Oh, yeah.
basically a
Toyota
Toyota
all the way,
Well,
baby.
the Supra is a Beamer. So,
Let's see here.
but yeah, let's check this little Chewy
Oh
out.
my God. What block?
I mean, clearly all the images are just like
There's no freaking
rendered
way
out
that's 10K.
versions
You're
of it. It's
kidding
not
me.
real, but
Oh, not here in America. They're not letting us have it.
Bro, with
What?
10K, you can afford
You
to
want
ship it
it?
out.
Bro, we need to buy this thing.
we got
So
to.
what? We could get one for $20K.
Yeah.
We'd spend
Well,
10.
can't you not have foreign vehicles in America for like 20 years when it comes out or something?
Because the R34 is just now coming over here.
Really?
I think it's
Uh,
20 years. I think.
Those pricks. This is
Or is it
why
the
we can't have
R33?
I
this.
think there's more to it than just it was just made somewhere else.
Dude, we need to
I mean,
find a
there's
way.
the whole like importing, yeah.
Look at this
Also,
thing, though.
Crypto Pew Pew Drew,
Bro,
you
that's
please
sick.
do
What?
price
that.
analysis on a GRT.
Yeah, let's check it out. Let's check out the graph.
Yeah,
the
otherwise
graph.
we're gonna go down a car hole.
I know. We're going to go down a car
I think it's a
hole.
mini truck. You can't tell by size, but it's definitely a mini truck if it's 10K.
It's pretty upsetting. I can't buy that and mount to 50 on it though. Let's see here. Yeah, the video was it was not the
That was an
particular
accident.
video, it was a representation. Let's see here. The graph is sitting at 16 cents.
Dude, DZ used to be
Doldrum.
so bullish on the graph.
I mean, it's one of the few AIs that's actually in being
I heard
utilized.
something like kind of that made me bullish on it.
We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across.
Audio meter?
Oh, it's back.
Yeah, I
The
was gonna
audio's
say-
back.
We're back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It had to go through the mouse
Owen.
timing.
I cut my thumb and it's hard to. It's
Show
like
your
twice
thumb.
as big.
We
Got
need
that
proof of
fingers.
blood.
Yeah.
I need proof
Guy.
of
Blood.
blood.
Blood. Wrap it up.
I'm gonna look
What
at
is
the graph.
what does everyone refer to the graph as?
It's like the was it like a data indexer? It's a data
A
index.
lot of people call it
system.
the
Aggregator?
Google of crypto.
Yeah.
So if someone's new to crypto and they hear that, I feel like they're more likely to invest in that
Mhm.
because they hear the word Google.
Well, it's one
So
of
it
the
makes me
more
a little
mainstay.
bullish on it.
It's like a more mainstay AI too. You know what I mean? Like the first AIs, there's Numerai, that was old school AI project, and then the Graph, pretty old school AI. This one, man, I mean, it's at a
Almost did it again. Oh my
1.5
Bro, it's been
billion
chilling for
dollars.
a minute.
I know this might be a damn good.
I like how the all
opportunity
time
here.
is 0.0.
Let's do this.
Like
though.
it's just that
See, this
CMC
is
is fucking up.
this is why I'm kind of worried, right here.
It's how different those are.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously have a heavy inflation process going on, but it is low hanging fruit for retail.
Yeah.
This thing's available on Coinbase. There's tons and tons of material out about it.
Wait,
What?
the market cap is not at 1.5 trillion.
Bill, 1.5 billion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bill.
So, yeah,
Is
that's a
it
bill.
is. That's
It
how
is.
numbers work.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
the camera's blocking me.
It's okay.
Has nothing to do with me being dumb.
I think that looking for a market cap, peak, it peaked at $5 billion. I think this thing in general is definitely capable of $20 billion market cap. Now, where the inflation rate is at currently, that'll play differently into how the all-time price goes. All-time price, though, I think that a $5 graph is not like super insane to
What did it hit last
accomplish.
for run? It was like $1 or something?
No, it hit almost $2.50.
$2.
$2.30 at the peak of its last bull market.
Okay.
It had one initial first pump, and then it's been kind of downhill since then. You can see the inflation kind of making the
Oh
upward.
yeah, because last time it was at the same market cap.
Right.
And was what, triple the price?
Yeah. So you see this.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's where it doesn't that in that same concern comes to my mind when I look at Algorand. But I don't discount this thing like in a true blow off top Bitcoin ETF pushing the markets beyond to that 7 trillion area, which I do think is feasible. I could still see this thing performing to the $4, $5 range at 16 cents a unit. That's not a bad upward potential there.
Are you buying the graph?
I might be getting a little bit of it, but I'm not going to be putting a bunch. Like, this is not one of my, 20% of my portfolio hammer in things like I do on things such as Chainlink or AVAX or ICP. But, I'm probably going to make sure to have some exposure to this one. Numerai is another one in this frame of mind here. Let's see, where is it?
VZ Fat Cat, as long as you're buying crypto too, you good.
Yeah, I mean, right? As long as you're buying crypto now, you're going to be doing fine. So, Dan, you're fired. I wonder why Dan got fired.
He's late to the show. He just joined.
Okay, well,
He was looking at his Kadena bag.
Yeah. This one, I'll show you the Numerai graph as well. A lot of times these products just have interesting inflation things going on. This one's at least more similarly correlated with Numerai's price. And it is the first AI product that was released within crypto. So, those are two kind of AI products that I'd keep in mind if they want some they bring up the crypto and AI is happening all at once and whatever there's what other AI projects are there in crypto. Those are good starts. Then you have AGIX with Ben Gertzel. That's probably going to be a big mover. There's a lot of AI
Is
stuff.
Fetch.io a lot of people like or something?
I've seen Fetch.io doing really well.
I don't have any. I just seen people talk about it a couple times.
FET is the ticker. It's up 4% on the day. See how much of an opportunity
Can we
these
nickname
are.
it Boba?
Boba? Is that a new one?
For Boba Fett?
Oh my God. I can't believe I missed that.
Like,
Oh my God.
Jesus, that was
That was a
so
really good one.
obvious.
That was a really good one too.
I know. I said it.
Fetch AI. Yeah, pretty good inflation situation going on with it. 570 mil. So you have a more movable market cap of Fetch, in my opinion. But again, if they're getting into these systems now, they're at the right time. It's not about really, in essence, just picking the perfect project, because the whole ecosystem of crypto is growing. All tides rise once things really get going. So
No, all ships rise.
all ships rise with the tide. That's
Every
what it
time you
is.
say that, I was like, I just imagine a rising tide rising and a rising tide.
And then you just sink to the bottom.
Yeah, I was just
You
like,
end in the bottom of the ocean.
I'll let him keep saying
Very
it.
sad.
It's adorable how wrong you are when you say that quote.
Hey, but I can be wrong and accept it.
You're always accepted.
Yeah, I like that. It's a very inclusive environment.
It is.
You make
We
me
love
feel
you,
like,
Tree.
yeah. I've always wondered why I can't get the cover back onto sleeping bags.
Oh, are we doing this?
And
I do it every time.
yeah, look
but-
at this. Look at how they actually do them in the factory. This is why. Look at how these set. Look at this.
True.
Wait,
Look
how do you
at-
do that? I have a
Look
camera.
at.
Is it? Oh, it's on a.
It's on a
stick thing.
spinning spool.
Bro, with the camera, I can't see that. I thought it was just levitating.
Oh no! Look
That's
at how
insane.
they scammed me, because I spend hours
I
trying
can't
to
do
get this
that.
thing
Oh
back.
my god,
in.
it's not that hard.
Why would
hey,
they come up with
Go
that?
bring me a sleeping bag and I will
It can
demonstrate
get
this.
difficult.
It's hard.
It can
Well,
get difficult.
You know,
It can.
if
get
you've never been
kinda hard.
camping and have never done it. you
Yeah,
know.
look at this. Reports this weekend. All non-essential White House staff have been told to leave the building as a massive group of pro-Yemen protesters push up on the fences of Pennsylvania Avenue at the White House. Man, this election cycle is going to be fucked.
Yeah.
With the
Mm.
information that I showed you at the beginning of the show, the attacks from the Houthis in Yemen against military vessels, Navy vessels. We also have basically a grouping of the Royal Navy with the United States Navy. It, in essence, looks like the Empire in Empire Strikes Back, moving across the Red Sea and into.
If only you had a video that felt like that.
But I can't show it on this
Oh.
show because it's not logged in here.
Oh, true.
I wanted to. You got to go to my Instagram.
That's
Actually,
great.
all our other socials. I'm dropping
It
memes
is
there.
great.
It's a good feeling. You know what I
Follow
mean?
the basement. I'm gonna drop links.
You got to follow the base. Yeah, drop the links to my Instagram for the show here. Been working on that. Now, I just want to talk about one of the most savage whales. We have BlackRock and all these other savage whales.
Oh, I thought you were
moving
going to
into
show a
crypto.
picture of Lizzo.
No, we got a picture.
Stop.
I'm so sorry.
You had to go there.
I'm in a mood today.
Yeah, you are. I'm here for it, though. I like it. Last week
Jesus.
marks the 7-year anniversary since Tillicum died in SeaWorld in Orlando.
Oh boy.
7 entire years since he left this cruel world behind.
What's that documentary? Blackfin or something?
What's that?
Blackfin is that documentary on Netflix?
Is there really a
There's a
documentary
documentary
about
about SeaWorld on Netflix. It went viral like a few years back. I think it's called Blackfin or something.
Well,
Anyone in the chat know?
it might be about this guy. This is a in captivity killer whale that was responsible for 3 of the 4 fatal attacks on humans by whales in captivity. So he holds a large majority of the human murder, within his captive existence.
Imagine living in a bathtub your entire
He was
life.
pissed. He was
Imagine.
pissed.
You should be.
This whale went out with a bang. Really kind of an incredible animal. And I really just wanted to bring it up because, sometimes what we like as far as amusement and things like that, they impact others in a very real way, in a really bad way. So, if you...
Blackfish, that's the name of it.
Blackfish, is that what it is?
Blackfish.
I'm going to have to go check it out.
It was on Netflix, so.
Find the ability to enjoy life and elevate yourself without bringing others down, I would say. I want to just go off on that note because we see a lot of people trying to bring each other down. We're all in crypto trying to bring one of the most transformative technologies to ever hit the human race into the mainstream, and it's going to take all of us working together.
And that was probably fire, but let's be real.
Fire? I mean, the pen was pretty cataclysmic too. The pen, when it was invented, you were a witch if you used a pen.
Just saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're transcribing information, and it's not within the realm of the religious confines of the location where
Dicks
it was.
out for Harambe.
Oh my God! What? Dicks out for Harambe.
Who said that?
Nobody
my
said it. I
God.
just said it.
Oh my God! Well,
It's just a meme at Dragon Con a few years ago.
learn to lift each other up, not bring each other down, and just try to do good by your community because we're all in this together. Smash the like on this video, share this video out to the web, help us grow. We're growing every day, and really appreciate every single one of you out in the chat. Crimson Caravan Company, VZ Fat Cat, Bob from Accounting, Nicole Minas Tater, LL Radio Control, Randomness, Independent Collective, Humble, Deadwood, Meanless, of course, Baseball and Crypto, all the OGs, C90 FTW. Really appreciate every single one of you out there. And I will see you tomorrow with more Crypto Alpha. We'll just be watching Bitcoin's price action, making sure that it holds this level that it's at. And then we should see some really hot action from L1s, like our favorites, take the next step up in this market. But until next time, I'll see you in the morning, guys.
Those are the-
Peace.